What's up, guys? It's the Master Analyst here. Welcome back to the channel. If you're looking for unbiased and educated tactical analysis, you found the right channel. Terzic versus Ancelotti, Dortmund versus Madrid. To the naked eye, the Carvajal set-piece goal changed the course of the match completely, but as analysts, let's actually look at the tactical setup and the in-game changes that were made to ensure that Madrid's success wasn't through sheer luck or because of their winning DNA in the Champions League. Dortmund 0, Real Madrid 2. Right, so let's look at both teams out of possession. In my opinion, Dortmund set up in a 4-3-2-1. They were extremely brave and aggressive in the final third to retrieve the ball in dangerous areas. Sabitzer was everywhere. He was consistently putting pressure on Madrid's centre-backs, but a yellow card that he actually picked up for dissent forced him to be more cautious with his press. In the middle third, they retreated into a 4-4-2 shape to block the passing lanes to Valverde and Bellingham, trying to force the play out wide to the defensive-minded fullbacks in Carvajal and Mendy that are essentially less comfortable going forward. And towards the latter stages of the game, Dortmund had to come out of their shape because of the Carvajal goal, and it ended up just becoming frantic. If we want to take a look at Real Madrid out of possession, they set up in a 4-4-2. They were compact and hard to break down. The classic defensive system of 4-4-2 allows that. Bellingham was actually the furthest left of a four-man midfield, presumably to keep tabs on Sancho. Once Sancho had actually tired in the game, Bellingham became part of the front two in the 4-4-2 out of possession, which then essentially allowed him to counter-attack whilst already being in the middle of the pitch, which is essentially what happened for the second goal that he assisted for Vinicius and essentially killed the game. Right, moving on to in possession for both teams. We'll start off with Dortmund. They set up in a 3-2-4-1 with Emre Can dropping deep to make a back three, and he essentially wanted to recycle and start possession. We also had Maatsen, the left fullback for Dortmund. He came centrally into midfield with Sabitzer, which is potentially a Guardiola influence, obviously with his fullbacks coming into midfield. We had Sancho at right wing. He was supported by his fullback compatriot in Ryerson, essentially trying to overload wide areas. We also had Füllkrug. His hold-up play was brilliant at times, and it allowed the likes of Adeyemi to run in behind. However, they did not take their chances in the first half, and obviously they were punished. Moving on to Madrid in possession, we've got them setting up in a 4-2-2 in terms of starting the game. This obviously changed later on in the second half. We'll go into that. But Camavinga and Kroos essentially acted as the two holding midfielders, with Valverde and Bellingham in between the lines. However, Dortmund's compact defensive shape in central areas essentially blocked their passing lanes, and it frustrated the two midfielders. And if anything, Camavinga, being a pivot alongside Kroos, was actually dragging more players towards Kroos and essentially negatively impacting his ability to dictate the game and spread the play out wide. We also had Vinicius Jr. getting bullied essentially as a second striker, and Bellingham was unable to get on the ball in central areas. Madrid's attacking system was essentially changed in the second half, which essentially leads me to the winning formula. So how did Madrid actually win the game? So I identified the winning formula as them changing the system in the second half. They changed to a 4-1-2-1-2, back to basics, which is essentially Madrid's typical setup this season in possession. Camavinga pushed further up the pitch to essentially allow Kroos more time on the ball as a lone holding midfielder, allowing him to dictate the play and have less pressure on the ball. Bellingham got into more advanced areas as a false nine, getting on the end of loose balls and crosses, essentially utilising his aerial presence to hold up the play and provide a threat in dangerous areas. This formation actually once again allowed Vinicius Jr. to play more out wide, which is where he's more comfortable, and facing towards goal and allowing him to get in 1v1 scenarios with the opposition fullback. Right, guys, that wraps up another analysis video. I just want to say thank you to anyone tuning into this video. Don't forget to like the video because it helps out with the algorithm. Comment down below your opinions on the game. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.